They walk among us. They dictate our norms, applaud our failures, and punish our truths. They are not the powerful, not the elite, but something far more insidious. They are the little man. And Wilhelm Reich, a man who saw too much and finally had enough. In 1948, from the depths of his disillusionment, he penned a letter to humanity, a scathing, raw, and brutally honest indictment of the very fabric of society. His book, Listen, Little Man. This episode will not be comfortable. It will challenge your assumptions, expose uncomfortable truths, and force you to confront the little man within yourself. But if you dare to listen, truly listen, Reich's words might just offer a path to liberation. Stay with us, because understanding the little man is the first step to breaking free from his invisible chains. Reich's little man isn't about social status or intelligence. It's a psychological construct, a state of being. He's the average, compliant individual who, despite possessing the capacity for freedom and critical thought, chooses conformity, fear, and emotional stagnation. He's the one who, out of convenience or cowardice, becomes an unwitting tool of oppression, often against his own best interests. Have you ever found yourself nodding along, even when something felt wrong? That's the little man at work. Reich observed that the little man is characterized by a profound emotional armor, a defense mechanism against the raw, pulsating energy of life itself. This armor, which we discussed in previous episodes, manifests as emotional rigidity, a fear of genuine feeling, and a deep-seated aversion to anything that challenges his comfortable, albeit stifling, routine. He prefers the known misery to the unknown freedom. He's not evil. He's just small. This emotional constriction leads to a specific set of behaviors. The little man is often envious of greatness, suspicious of originality, and quick to condemn anything that deviates from the norm. He's the one who cheers for the downfall of innovators, who gossips about those who dare to be different, and who finds comfort in the collective mediocrity. He doesn't seek truth. He seeks validation. His greatest fear isn't failure, but standing out. But why does the little man behave this way? What are the underlying psychological mechanisms that drive him to suppress not only his own vitality, but also the vitality of those around him? Reich argues that it's a tragic cycle, perpetuated by societal structures that benefit from his compliance. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Reich argues that the little man is not merely a victim of circumstance. He is an active, albeit unconscious, participant in his own subjugation. His fear of freedom, his emotional rigidity, and his need for external validation make him the perfect instrument for authoritarian systems. He doesn't need to be forced. He volunteers for his chains. He's the foot soldier of conformity, enforcing rules he doesn't understand against people he doesn't know. One of the most chilling aspects of the little man is his capacity for moralistic indignation. He weaponizes societal norms, using them to attack anyone who challenges the status quo. He's the one who reports the deviant, who spreads the rumors, who demands conformity from others because he himself cannot tolerate difference. This isn't about justice. It's about maintaining his own fragile sense of order and control. He's the loudest voice in the echo chamber, condemning anyone who dares to sing a different tune. This cycle of self-perpetuated oppression is insidious. The little man actively participates in the very systems that limit his own potential. He votes for leaders who promise security over freedom. He consumes media that reinforces his prejudices, and he shuns anyone who offers a genuine path to liberation. He becomes the jailer of his own mind, and by extension, the jailer of society. He believes he's protecting himself, but he's actually building his own cage. But what happens when the little man's actions lead to catastrophic consequences? What is the ultimate price of this widespread societal ignorance and emotional stagnation? Reich doesn't pull any punches in describing the devastating impact of the little man on progress, truth, and the very future of humanity. And the implications are far more terrifying than you can imagine. Reich argues that the little man's pervasive influence isn't just a personal tragedy, it's a societal catastrophe. His fear of truth, his aversion to genuine emotion, and his blind adherence to authority create a fertile ground for demagogues and dictators. He becomes the silent accomplice in the rise of fascism, the suppression of scientific breakthroughs, and the perpetuation of social injustice. He's not the villain, but he enables the villains. Consider the fate of groundbreaking ideas. Reich himself was a prime example. His discoveries, which he believed could revolutionize medicine and psychology, were met not with scientific inquiry, but with the little man's moralistic outrage and fear. The result? His work was banned, his books burned, and his life ultimately destroyed. This wasn't the work of a few powerful individuals. It was the collective apathy and hostility of the little man that allowed it to happen. He's the one who says, "It's not my problem," until it becomes everyone's problem. The little man's impact extends to every aspect of society. In education, he stifles creativity and critical thinking, preferring rote memorization and unquestioning obedience. In politics, he votes for empty promises and charismatic lies, rather than demanding genuine solutions. In personal relationships, he avoids true intimacy and emotional honesty, perpetuating cycles of superficiality and loneliness. His fear of life creates a world devoid of it. But is there a way out of this cycle? Can the little man awaken from his self-imposed slumber? Reich, despite his despair, offers a glimmer of hope, a radical call to action for those who dare to listen, and the journey begins with a brutal self-assessment. Despite the scathing critique, "Listen, little man," is not without hope. Reich's despair is born from a profound love for humanity, a desperate desire for us to realize our full potential. His call to action is simple, yet profoundly challenging. Awaken. Break free from your emotional armor. Embrace your natural vitality. Dare to feel, to think, to be truly alive. This awakening begins with self-awareness, recognizing the little man within yourself. Those moments of fear, conformity, moralistic indignation, and emotional repression is the first crucial step. It's uncomfortable, it's painful, but it's the only way to dismantle the internal prison you've unknowingly built. Are you brave enough to do it? Reich's message is a stark reminder that true freedom is not given, it is earned. It requires courage, integrity, and a relentless commitment to truth. Even when that truth is inconvenient or unpopular, it means choosing vitality over stagnation, authenticity over conformity, and genuine connection over superficiality. This isn't just about changing the world, it's about changing yourself. The legacy of Listen, Little Man is not just a historical document of Reich's disillusionment, it's a timeless warning, a mirror held up to society reflecting our collective shortcomings. But it's also a powerful invitation to personal revolution. The choice, as always, is yours. Remain a little man, or dare to become truly human. Wilhelm Reich's Listen, Little Man is a challenging, often uncomfortable read. But it's brutal. Honesty is precisely what makes it so vital. It forces us to confront the uncomfortable truth that we are often complicit in our own suffering and in the suffering of the world. But it also empowers us with the knowledge that the power to change, to awaken, lies within each of us. The revolution begins inside. Don't be a little man. Watch next. What happens when the energy of life confronts the energy of death? We delve into Reich's most dangerous and terrifying project, the Orner experiment, and the story of his attempt to use orgone energy against nuclear radiation. Subscribe to Wilhelm Reich, The Silenced Truth, for more forbidden insights, untold stories, and radical perspectives that challenge the status quo. Join our growing community of truth seekers. After watching this, do you recognize the little man in yourself or others? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Let's start a real conversation. Share this video with anyone who needs to hear this truth, who is ready to awaken, or who dares to question the status quo. The truth deserves to be heard, and the conversation deserves to continue.